Well, well, well. The time has come for us and all the world around us to stand up, speak up, and make a difference. Casting for our new video, The Sexuality Code, has already begun. Now, to find out how you can get involved and tip the tip and laugh the laugh, come to me on www.lukekeating@facebook.com. That's lukekeating@facebook.com. Don't miss your slot to make a difference.
Hello everybody, it's Luke and this is my first video. So if I absolutely fuck up, my apologies, or if I do something stupid, I don't mean to, so please forgive me. So I need help from you guys, that's what I need. I don't care if you're black, if you're white, if you're straight, if you're gay, whatever you are, I don't care, just as long as you help. I would love that. I would love everyone just to get involved and to help. And you are all welcome. Every single one of you is welcome. So I just literally the more people the merrier. There can't be enough people. So as you probably all know, you've probably seen on my posts, I am doing a video soon on gender and sexuality and all those kinds of things, and I'm actually really excited to get started. I got granted some money a little while ago from O2 Think Big, which is a mental health organisation that promotes mental health in young people in Ireland. And I got granted some money to make a video that will explain sexuality to people a little bit better, so they have a little bit more of an understanding to it, and there wouldn't be so much fear or misunderstanding about it, and you know, not much ignorance, because there is unfortunately a lot of ignorance nowadays. Not as much as there was years ago, but there is a little bit of ignorance. It's come to the point where I want to make a difference and I want to make a change, and I'm really excited to do so. So the money that I got for my video to make, I've already got some equipment and stuff with that, so I have basically everything I need. But what I need now is I need people. So I need you guys to help and to get involved with the video. So I'm really excited to get people on board, and I'm really excited to tell you all what it's about and the whole concept of it. When I was younger, when I was a child, I was a bubbly child. I loved life, I loved colours, I loved everything. You know, I loved Barbies, I loved dresses and clothes. And I didn't really see anything wrong with it, but you know, people around me were like, "Ooh, you're a boy, you're not supposed to be doing that," you know. And I kind of said, you know, I didn't see any harm in it. So I just went ahead and was always myself. As you can see, I've been this fucked up, I still am myself. So I loved hair. It wasn't about being a man or a woman, it wasn't about anything like that. It was about being myself. When I was a teenager, I used to do like my hair all crazy, I used to have colours, and I used to have a mullet. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then I got to the point where I wanted to experiment a bit more, so I started to venture out, and when I was a bit older, I kind of tried on loads of different clothes, and I loved it. I loved all the colours and stuff. And okay, so what the video is mainly about is it looks at situations that our culture doesn't really understand, or our society doesn't understand. So really looking at like it from the inside outside. If culture was, if our society was all perfect the way it's meant to be, we wouldn't really be having the problems we have today. For example, you could, if you were gay, walk down the street with your boyfriend and be able to hold his hand without people going, "Ew, what the hell is that?" You know, so you could have just like, you know, you just be able to enjoy yourself. You just be able to be you without any labels or any shit like that. You'd be able to just love who you love. I mean, I think a lot of people have this concept in their head that if you marry, and if men can marry in Ireland, that this frog suddenly going to start jumping from the roofs and marrying dogs, and cats are going to start marrying mothers, and fathers are going to start marrying cats and dogs, and that's not going to happen. That's never going to happen. That's an irrational fear, that's ignorance. That's what it is. We need to look at the three main problems, and the first one is ignorance. And ignorance basically means lack of understanding or lack of knowing. And that's basically what ignorance is. When you don't understand something, you're ignorant towards it. So for example, if you're looking at two men holding hands, you've never seen this before, or if you're looking at a male who is dressed in a femininely way, it's weird to you because ignorant towards it because you've never seen it before, and then you don't know how to deal with it. And after ignorance is fear. Now fear is a little bit more beyond ignorance. It's a little bit more deeper than ignorance because it's more stronger. Now fear is basically not, it's kind of, you're worried that something will happen irrationally usually. There's this really like irrational fear, there's a really irrational fear about like gender fluid people or gay people or transgender people. I don't like words or labels because we're actually all the same. We're no different from anyone else. We're all people here in life, and we're just here to have a good time and to accept each other and to understand each other. But there's this irrational fear that, like, you know, gay people are somehow just going to lap on you, and your world is just going to end. Then that's not the case. The worst thing gay people will do is they'll have a laugh with you. They'll have a joke. They'll have a drink with you. They'll have fun with you, and maybe accessorize you a little. The next one is fear of the feminine. Okay, so this gets back to I think I'm going to explain to you in a moment about polarity. So fear of the feminine. There is something in our culture that I'm going to speak about in a minute that's a lot of people don't understand, a lot of people don't know about actually, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But so it's fear of the feminine. So anything feminine our culture doesn't like. And I'll give you an example of that. If you're a girl and you wear, if you dress like a boy, if you keep your hair short and you wear shorts and boots, that's okay because, you know, you're just tomboy. But when a man dresses effeminately, we're scared of it. Fear of sex, fear of the feminine. And the next one is fear of the other. So fear of something that's different, fear of something that you don't know. Again, that's linked to ignorance. It goes back. See, they're in correlation with each other. They're at the nexus of each other. So so we've covered ignorance. So ignorance is lack of understanding, and then there's fear. So fear of those three things: fear of the sex, fear of the feminine, and fear of the other. And then we're going to reach the third and last, the ego. Okay, the ego. The ego is the hardest one to crack. So first we crack ignorance, and then when we get through to ignorance, we get through to fear. And we crack fear, we're left with one last one, and it's called the ego. Now, the ego is the most dangerous and strongest one of all time. The ego is basically how we present ourselves to the world. The ego is who we are. So if you're born and your name is John, you're John and you have a car and you live at 56 Glorious Sky Avenue. That's a very gay name. I don't know how I thought of that. So yeah, that's who you are. You're John, you own a Merc, and you have 4 kids, and you're straight, and that's your ego. It loves identity. The ego loves things it's been taught, and it sticks by it. The ego hates to step outside the box. So the 3 elements of what we call homophobia, again we get the labels, are basically ignorance, fear, and ego. And I believe, it's my personal opinion, that ignorance is we crack ignorance, and then we crack fear, and then we crack ego. The ego is the hardest one. And I'll give you an example of ego. If I was in a nightclub dressed like this, and a male who was self-proclaimedly straight fancies me, and I'm another male, it doesn't necessarily make him gay, because gay is just a label. It's not real. It's a term that the ego has phrased by culture to try and separate us. And the ego will stop him from actually approaching me or telling his friends that he likes me, because the ego is, I'm John, I'm straight, I'm this, I'm that. We are not anything. We need to balance our self, which is our inner core and who we really are, with our ego. And if we balance those two together, we can have a great life and we can live blah blah blah. This is just my theories and things. It could change, anything can change. But we need to balance our core and our ego. But unfortunately, in this day and age, a lot of people, their ego is overriding their core. Next time that you're in town and someone says, "Ah, you're fucking," that's basically it's an element of 3 things. It's an element of ignorance. They don't understand what the word gay is. They don't understand that, and then it's fear. They're afraid that you might lep on them. Ego. So their egos are in their mates, so they're all gonna have to be all like, homophobia, in my definition, is the ignorant ego responding to a false threat. So the ignorant, the misunderstood ego, the ego being who you present yourself to as the world, responding to a false threat, the threat of being fear, because you're afraid of something, you're not too sure what it is. The video was basically a number of situations where people are discriminated against or misunderstood or denied rights that other people might have that you know, we might not have. And what I hope to do is I hope to actually get those situations, take them, use feminine energy magic, and that was really dramatic, and turn them around and make them and turn them into something that is beautiful and something powerful, as RuPaul would say. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a typical social situation. So take, for example, fire in Dublin. I'm not going to use that, but just an example. So I'm going to have that, and I'm going to have people. I'm going to have people in it, and I'm going to have, say, for example, I'll have two gay guys, or a lesbian, or a transgender person, whatever. I don't use labels. We're none of those things. We're all people, and we're all here to love and to laugh and to enjoy ourselves. You know, labels are actually, those words like gay and straight and transgender, they're actually part of the ego, which I talked about earlier, and they actually separate us further from our true potential as people, to live and to laugh and to just enjoy ourselves without a reason, because the ego always looks for a reason. Now, the final and second element I'd like to talk about is polarity. It's what I call polarity, and basically it is, I can't find it there, it's the yin and yang symbol. It is, I don't know if you can see, yeah, it's the yin and yang symbol, so polarity. So if we walk down the street and we see a gay man and he's acting very feminine, we don't understand how a man can act feminine. We can't see that. Our culture doesn't really, we're not used to that. We're not really used to femininity in men, because we're taught from a very young age that femininity is for girls and masculinity is for men, and that's absolutely not the case at all. So polarity is basically the yin and yang symbol. Yeah, that's what polarity is, and we all have feminine and masculine energy, but here's where it gets interesting. We're all tuned into a specific energy. So first of all, we'll look at feminine energy. So feminine energy deals with we look at masculine, we put the masculine first. So masculine energy deals with rationality and history and lines. It looks at things in straight lines. It looks at things it's very systematic, it's very robotic. Masculine energy is very good, it's very scientific. Oh, by the way, these energies are both equal. There's none better or worse than either, they're both equal. So masculine energy deals with rationality and waking reality and science and straight lines and dogma, which means basically strict views, everything blah blah blah. It deals with building, and it deals with the dominance and assertivity. That's what masculine energy is. Okay. Feminine energy, on the other hand, deals with magic and like circles, and it deals with art and timelessness, and there's curves. It goes and it's like the ocean. It can go under and out, and it can, you know, it's really cool. But that's why people, I think, when they say gay, they say bent, because, you know, the males think of things in a straight line, and feminine people deal with things in curves, and it's very important to understand that. Without usually, now I can't speak for everyone, but it appears that women, and I don't like to use the word, it's a label, gay people deal more with feminine energy. Now, this doesn't mean that they want to be a woman or they want to have a or it means that they are basically, they deal with reading between the lines. They do with creativity and magic and really, like, well, I think it's cool. That's because I believe I have more feminine energy. But we all have both energies, as I said, but mostly we're tuned in. Now, I think that men, straight men and lesbians, or self-term lesbians, I don't use labels, but lesbians deal with masculine energy. That's why you'll see a lot of, and again, I'm not stereotyping anyone, this is just a generalization. I'm not saying anything, this is, everyone's different, but you'll see mostly that straight men and lesbians are they're very good at rationality and science and thinking. Gay people and women, straight women, are more feminine energy, and masculine men, straight men and lesbians are more masculine energy. And obviously there's a lot of different variations, there's different in-betweens and stuff, and there's no one, see, our culture and our society likes to look at things in straight lines, and it likes to have an end at each end. That's really not the case. It's more of a circle, and if you look at the circle, it goes on forever, and there's different levels and different shades, like 50 Shades of Grey. Okay, so we've got ignorance, and we've got fear, we've got the ego. So they're the three elements that it's just it's just what I have used to describe it's my way of putting it together. Ignorance, fear, the ego. They're the three elements of misunderstanding in our culture. Now, I'd like to discuss something that I was asked a question the other day. People say, why is it our culture that has gay people? Why are gay people discriminated against now? And I believe, and I have a theory on this, I believe that it's linked to the death of the goddess in our culture. Goddess energy. I'm not talking about like pink furry handbags, and I'm talking about real feminine, powerful energy. And again, it links back to polarity, the feminine and the masculine principles of life. Now, it happened around, I'm not too sure when it happened. I know that a long time ago, I think it was around, I'm not mentioning any names, religion. There was some conspiracy. There was again, this is just here, this is my theory, but there was a conspiracy to try and shut down goddess energy, powerful feminine energy, and they wanted to masculinize everything. And this is known as a word, and this is going to confuse. I hope don't confuse anyone. It's called patriarchy. And patriarchy is basically, it means a man-dominated society where men rule the roost, really. You know, and that's why you'll see in various combinations any femininity. Women didn't get their rights until last century. That shows a lot in our history. Women only got rights recently, and then it was, I'm not too sure which the order was. It was African American people and then women. That just goes to show, I mean, our culture is so lopsided right now. It's getting better. You see girls can wear shorts and boots and cut their hair short, it's no problem. But when you see men expressing that power, like, that's, our culture doesn't like that very much. Not that our culture, just some people don't like it very much because it's linked to patriarchy. Their fathers teaching their sons that, this and this and this and, whatever. So I think that's where I believe it came from. I think that's where it came from, the death of the goddess in our culture. That's why you'll see, that's why I always have admired strong, powerful girls and women, goddesses, real goddesses who stand up and are fierce and are letting them have it. As RuPaul says, the more queens, the merrier. Yes. So I'm looking for anyone who's interested in getting involved. It doesn't matter whether you're a painter, a decorator, a butcher, a baker, or a candlestick maker. It doesn't matter what you look like, where you're from, as long as you have an interest in getting your bomb on the sham and making a diffo with the wiffo. No, that wasn't funny. Okay, so as long as you're interested in making a difference and bringing something to us and to your culture and to every culture, to our culture, to the world, I'm gonna need someone who is good at one of the scenes I'm doing is I need letters. I need letters on a piece of material. So I need someone that's good with like stenciling and cutting out. So the first thing I need is someone who's good with stenciling and cutting out letters. So you need a letter thing. The second person I need is an actual couple, who are like not a real couple obviously, but just someone that's willing to play a guy and a girl, or two guys. I need transgender people. I need drag queens. I need everyone. I literally need a huge ass amount of people for the society scene, which is the scene that will have society at each side of the people. I'm just gonna need you to bring your ma, your da, your uncles, your mother, your father, your uncles, your friends, your family, your dogs, your cats, everyone. Just get everyone involved. This is a big thing that's happening now. We just, everyone has a right to live and to enjoy themselves without being judged, and it's just gotten to the stage in history where it's our turn now. It was women, it was black people. It's unfortunate, it's our turn now to change the turn. We have enough history to know where we're going. We have enough. Those who learn, the future belongs to those who learn from the past, and that's a saying that I always go by. So yeah, if we just get enough people involved, so we just need everyone, and I would really appreciate if you would just be kind enough and just put your ego to side. And if you're a straight guy watching this, and if you're like, I'm not getting involved in the faggot shy. It's not faggot shy, it's not anything. It's not about your ego. You need to step outside your ego right now. It's the time for change. You need to step outside your ego, you need to put that aside, and you need to just please try and help us out and just get involved. It's for a good cause. It's to teach people, it's to teach the new generation love. Love is the strongest feeling of all. Like love, when I say love, I don't mean this big Ponzi pink handbags and furry dogs. I mean it's about like acceptance and laughter and fun, you know, everyone involved. So I'm going to be keeping all posters, so keep an eye on my page. So the main thing I need is people, so I need all the Geordie Shorehans and all the Scangers. I need masculine men. I need like really straight, manly men to be in society. One of the scenes I'm going to do is a typical situation where someone has been discriminated against. So I'm going to need loads of lads, you know what I mean? Lads, like, you know, to get involved, and I'd really like that. I'd really like loads of lads to get involved, and that would be really cool. I need loads of just everyone, just literally everyone. We need more people. The more the merrier. Just literally people, just society. We just need people just to stand in the background. You might have to wear like a certain an accessory or something just that would fit in with the video. That's all. Like, we're not going to ask you to put on a tutu or anything and parade around. Don't worry, I'm not that bad. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I will keep you posted. I hope to do more videos. You know, maybe there's hopefully not as serious as this one, because this one's a bit serial. Do you know what I mean? A bit too serial. Like, I don't know what the faces is. I don't know what I'm doing the faces. Before this video, I haven't got a clue what to be doing. So, see you later, y'all, and stay tuned for more.